If you like sleeping in on your Disney World vacation, then this is for you. Hey there, Mam Fam, and welcome back to our Best Evening in the Park series. Today we are at Magic Kingdom to continue the tradition of coming into the park for the last hours of the night to share what kind of special magic there only is after dark. We did a whole rope drop series for all you morning people, but for my fellow night gremlins, this is the Nope Drop series. Tonight we are going to be at Magic Kingdom for the final 4 hours of the park being open, do some of my favorite rides, snacks, there's some great entertainment, so let's get to it. Now, just like at Hollywood Studios, we will be using lightning lanes today. I'm walking into the park with both multi-pass and fancy rides booked for our fun day ahead. And while the crowds aren't too busy right now, and you maybe don't need it depending on what rides you want to do, I do find at this park where there's so many heavy hitter attractions that people want to do, it is just easier to go ahead and book those lightning lanes. If you need the full guide on how to do that at this or any of the Disney World parks, you can check out our 2025 Lightning Lane Guide. Also note that Magic Kingdom's open the latest typically, so we're starting our adventure a little bit later. Starting at 7 p.m., the park closes at 11 p.m. So I'm not gonna be doing like a full meal tonight. I actually already did that. My best advice for eating dinner at Magic Kingdom is to leave and not eat dinner here, and instead go dine at one of the many wonderful monorail resorts nearby. I love the Grand Floridian Cafe at Grand Floridian, as well as the Enchanted Rose Lounge. I love Kona Cafe or the Tambu Lounge at the Polynesian, or of course, if you can grab an Ohana reservation, never gonna be mad about some nudes and bread pudding. Or you can go where I went, which is Steakhouse 71 over at the Contemporary, had that delicious stack burger, and enjoyed some air conditioning, and now I'm ready to enjoy my night here. Walking into a naked Adventureland. I don't know where the sign went, what they're changing about that, but someday they'll replace it, I'm sure, and we'll see what's different. And headed to my favorite ride in the park, Pirates of the Caribbean. This is one of the multi-pass lightning lanes I booked a few days ago, and it just is always a delight, and I think the perfect way to kick off this fine evening. Pirates of the Caribbean, no height requirement, and I always say I think it's a perfect Disney attraction because the whole family can enjoy it. It's got a little bit of thrill, it's an original classic, it's a boat ride, which is an iconic style of ride, and they've infused it with the new Pirates of the Caribbean characters. Well, they're not new at this point. I'm pretty sure those movies are like 20 years old, which makes me feel 1,000. But you're gonna see the classic pirates that originated Pirates of the Caribbean, as well as folks like Captain Jack Sparrow. Right here, we have the soon to open Beacon Barrel, which is going to be the Pirates of the Caribbean themed lounge coming to Magic Kingdom. I'm super excited to check out that, find as many Easter eggs as possible. Right now, Pirates of the Caribbean has a 35-minute wait, which isn't too bad, but Lightning Lane certainly going to be faster than that.
No, por favor!
Oh, you scurvy scum!
All right, Pirates of the Caribbean, a banger every time. Perfect attraction, perfect way to start off the evening. And now, I will say the Lightning Lane was a little backed up, so it took about 10-15 minutes to get on. So just as always, pack those patient pants. There was probably a downtime earlier today and people were all coming back, but the cast members are always gonna move you through as quickly as possible, and the Lightning Lane will always be prioritized over the standby lane, so even if you have a little bit of a backup, it should be, significantly shorter than the standby line. But as always, patient pants and be nice to cast members. But now I've got about 30 minutes till my next Lightning Lane or so, which means it's time to do a filler attraction, which is what I always advise. Have your lightning lanes stacked up and then have a list of things to do in between that don't have long lines. Shows, meeting characters, snacks. Great filler rides at this park include things like Dumbo or the Barnstormer. But you know what? I can barely contain my excitement for what we're gonna do. We're gonna head to the new Country Bear musical Jamboree, which reopened with all your favorite bears back. Henry, Trixie, Wendell, Teddy Bear. But now instead of singing the music they used to, the country music, they're singing Disney music. And it's a lot of fun, and I think this is how you update an attraction to bring it to a new audience, but still keep that nostalgic feel. And so we're headed in now, and only 6 minutes till the next show.
Okay, everybody, now we're ready to start. Let's hear it for the 5 Bear Runners. Hit it, boys!
Say goodbye.
There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together, we can see it through. 'Cause we're like your worries in us right. I mean the bare necessities, that's why a bear can rest in peace. Just the bare necessities of life.
I truly think that is such an upgrade to that show. Listen, I loved Blood on the Saddle and the classics as well, but that theater wasn't packing anybody in, and it was almost full right now. Guests are clapping and laughing along. Some kids in line told me this is not their first time seeing it. They love going back, and I think that's what you got to do with classic attractions. It still feels like the Country Bear Jamboree, but it's got new life, and people seem to enjoy it, so that's a great filler attraction. Other great filler shows, Enchanted Tiki Room right here, Carousel of Progress over in Tomorrowland, Mickey's PhilharMagic in Fantasyland. Those are all great things to do when you have 20 minutes to kill, you want some air conditioning and to sit down and to be entertained. Those are all great family choices. Now, one thing just to keep in mind as you're navigating this park at night now is there's a night parade again, which we love. We love that there's a night parade back in Magic Kingdom. Right now it's running 9 and 11. So just keep that in mind when you're planning out your evening and where you're gonna go, because you do not want to get trapped by the parade. It steps off in Town Square at the end of Main Street near City Hall, wraps its way around, goes down Main Street, turns left into Liberty Square, and then ends in Frontierland. So just keep that in mind for your planning purposes. Also, I'll pour one out for the Rivers of America, which is in fact being drained for cars because cars make sense in Magic Kingdom apparently now, especially Frontierland. Turn of the Gold Rush time, it makes sense we would have cars here. Listen, I try to preserve my judgment until I've seen it with my own eyes. I've ridden it because you cannot tell anything from concept art and you can't tell anything from a screen. But I just need someone to explain to me how cars make sense in Frontierland when they literally designed it to look like you're hitching a horse up. Like cars didn't exist in the timeline of this land. So they must be redoing the whole story of Magic Kingdom for this. So I got questions, but we will all hold our judgment till we see it, mostly. All right, let's do a little wait time check. It's about 8:15 right now. 35 at Jungle, 40 at Peter Pan. I'd love either of those with a lightning lane, which is why they're pinned at the top of my tip board there. Barnstormer, 25 minutes, Dumbo 10, Mansion 30. Trying to see any other heavy hitters right here. Pirates 30, still has lightning lanes left. 50 at Mine Train, 45 at Space, has lightning lanes left. Tiana's 45, Tron unfortunately temporarily closed, and Under the Sea 10. So pretty good wait times. Not super busy tonight. It's, for context, the first week of school just started, so I think it's not gonna be too busy here for a little bit, which is nice. And just look at how beautiful things like the carousel are right now. This is why I love coming to the parks at night. Yes, Fantasyland is beautiful all the time, but it is especially beautiful at night with the carousel lights glowing, the lanterns glowing. It just has a special, even more magical feel about it. Headed next to do Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. This one is very fun at night. There's a couple of attractions that I feel like are better at night, and this is one of them. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train has a 38-inch height requirement, and it's part dark ride, part roller coaster, and I love it because the cars swing like this, as well as going forward, because you are joining the dwarves in their mine, their day at the mine, working to get all those gems for big gemstone, because I don't think the dwarves own it, or they wouldn't have to all sleep in the same room. I do feel like the dwarves union should get involved so that they could get equal share of all their labor efforts, but that's for another day. This is a fancy ride. If you want to skip the line here, which I recommend because it's usually pretty long, this is an individual cost per person. That ride is so cute, and I don't ride it a ton because it's a fancy ride and I'm not usually a resort guest, so I can't always access purchasing the lightning lane, and you know, the line's usually 70, 80, 90 minutes, but every time I ride it, I have a great time. It's been a minute since I've ridden it at night, and it is so cute at night. You can see my favorite effect in the ride much, much better, which is the dwarves going up the side on the left-hand side as they sing hi-ho, their shadows, and then just Fantasyland, like the castle, Beast Castle, it all looks so beautiful at night, and the jewels shine brighter. If you can do this one at night, do this one at night. Also do Tron at night, which I did not purchase. I was not able to, and unfortunately, it is now closed. I did see it available earlier, but I didn't snag it in time. So Tron's also better at night. In this park, I also think Dumbo's better at night, Barnstormer's better at night, Jungle Cruise is better at night. Pretty much anything that's outside. In my opinion, Thunder, when it's open, it's under refurb right now. Tiana's, anything that's outside, in my opinion, is better at night because it just feels more magical and mystical. You feel like you are transported somewhere else. The lighting effects are so cool. I just love the parks at night. Like, tell me the entrance into Beast Castle and the Beast Castle lighting and the entrance here into Be Our Guest restaurant. Tell me that doesn't just look magical. It helps the forced perspective. It looks incredible. It's enchanting, you could say. And here's a third castle in the kingdom that looks amazing at night, Prince Eric's castle, because we're headed under the sea on Utsjolm, everyone's favorite ride, Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid. Everyone calls it that. This is a family ride, slow-moving dark ride that is going to take you through the story of the Little Mermaid. And yes, there is a terrifying Ursula animatronic. And yes, I hate it. But I actually quite love this ride. It's got a 5-minute wait right now. It's a great filler ride. It usually doesn't have too long of a line. And I just love a classic Disney story like this. Any Disney story that wants to take me through via boat or Omnimover and just tell me that story with beautiful animatronics, I'm game for.
Dancing and singing.
Dancing, strolling along down a, what's that word again? Street.
You can play the things on the street that jump off the under the sea. Every fish is happy.
See for yourself. And Ursula's powers.
Fortune souls, so sad, so true. I think us a blue dark winds of the Caspian Sea.
They also all lived in a big castle, which ain't so bad either.
A charming little attraction, a great filler ride. Like, literally at one point, I couldn't see anyone in any clamshell to either side of me. That's how good of a filler ride that is. It's also, again, just not very busy tonight, which makes for a much more relaxing evening. Not lots of like running back and forth. It's kind of just moving around the park before the nighttime entertainment starts. And now we're gonna head into the next land. We're going to Tomorrowland, where I do have a lightning lane booked, but also kind of want a snack. So, see which one comes first. Headed now to do one of my favorites, Sposs Mountain. The OG coaster here in Tomorrowland, 44-inch height requirement, been around since 1975. And one of the reasons I love Sposs Mountain here, more than in Disneyland, which is rare, is because it's the original here. Most of the time when you have rides that are on both coasts, they originate in Disneyland, and oftentimes I like the Disneyland version just a little bit more, but Space Mountain originated here first, and while many disagree, I think this is the superior version. I like being thrown about and needing a little bit of a back adjustment when I'm done. It's just straight nostalgia for me, and so I'm thrilled to go ride it tonight, but just know there's no filming on the ride anymore. They made that rule a few years ago, so whenever you see footage of this ride, we filmed it before that rule was instated because cool kids follow the rules. Glad to have a lightning lane right now because it's got a 45-minute line, which isn't too long, but you know, a few minutes is better than 45, so let's blast off. Space Mountain, a winner as always. It's just so fun. It just makes me feel like a kid. It's like no other ride quite like Space Mountain, other than maybe Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, really make me feel like I'm a kid at the Magic Kingdom again. And great news, I was able to snag a fancy ride for its next door neighbor, Tron Lightcycle Run, presented by Enterprise, which has an 80-minute line right now. So $20 is pretty steep for one person to skip a queue, but it is the best night ever, and I don't want to wait 80 minutes. We got other stuff to do. Plus, like I said, this ride at night is even cooler. Just look how amazing the grid looks at night, all lit up. It flashes orange sometimes. I wonder if they'll change its color when the new movie comes out, TBD. But Tron Lightcycle Run, one of the newest attractions in Walt Disney World, has a 48-inch height requirement, making it the tallest height requirement in this park. Quick blast launch right here as you head out on the grid and then make your way through before brutally murdering the orange team. This ride does have a very unusual seat. It's a motorcycle style seat that you have to lean forward on. So I do recommend getting in the test seat prior to boarding to see if you're gonna be comfortable. If you're not, there are standard roller coaster seats on some of the trains in the back row. So just let the cast members know if you would prefer that. And let's enter the grid. Tron Lightcycle Run, check. And now I've got a little bit more time before the fireworks. And you know you gotta get a little treat before the fireworks. But I think there's still time considering there's literally no line right now for the People Mover. And it feels to me as though it would be a crime worthy of jail time if I were to walk past the People Mover on a best night in Magic Kingdom with no line and not ride it. Seems like something I would not do. That would be Christopher Bridges. So here we go. This is another amazing filler ride here. It is that beautiful tour around Tomorrowland, which is gonna look exceptionally beautiful at night. Nice, slow, luxuriating attraction. And I know the Man Fam loves this one. So if you're a People Mover fan, sound off in the comments.
This is the TTA Blue Line, non-stop service around Tomorrowland.
Absolute best way to see Tomorrowland. And my stars, is there ever lots to see?
Transfer to green and red lines.
Don't worry, your express train keeps on rolling through the future.
Please keep forward-facing intervals clear on Flight to the moon. Thank you.
To your right is the Astro Orbiter, our celestial symbol of interplanetary harmony and fellowship.
Well, that was delightful and got a little sneak peek at the parade as we rounded the Main Street side of the attraction. Definitely going to be seeing that in a little bit, but it was a fun view, and the castle and the rest of Tomorrowland looks so beautiful, all lit up when you're on that attraction. And now I was going to start making my way down Main Street and possibly meeting Mickey and picking up a treat from the confectionery for my fireworks viewing snack, but I was actually able to score a Peter Pan's Flight Lightning Lane for not too far from now. So I'm pitching plans, and I'm gonna get a sweet treat here in Tomorrowland, then ride Peter Pan's Flight, and then I'm gonna watch the fireworks from Fantasyland, which is a little bit of an orthodox view, but it's much less crowded than Main Street, and it's absolutely stunning. So it's all shaken out. Like I say in pretty much every Disney World video, you gotta have a plan, you gotta have your list of things you wanna do, but you also need to be flexible, and that's what allows, I think, for the best possible day. So here at Anti-Gravity's Galactic Goodies, they do have one of my favorite sweet treats in the entire park. I would say it's number 2, maybe number 1. It really depends on how I'm feeling that day. But that is the Shaky Jamaica Cold Brew Float. That's right, you can get your choice of soft serve ice cream in my beloved iced coffee Shaky Jamaica by Joffrey's. I mean, what could be better than that? They've also got some fun themed floats. Right now they've got one for Elio as well as Stitch. They've got the Asteroid Shake, which comes with donut holes. Could never be me. Or you can keep it a little more simple and do something like a churro or just a soft serve or a simple shake. Treat has been acquired. Shaky Jamaica coffee, vanilla. You can get any flavor, and they do have a salted caramel soft serve. Not my favorite. I like to go for the classic vanilla, which is very good, delicious soft serve. And then you got that perfect Shaky Jamaica, which is the cold brew by Joffrey's with notes of vanilla and caramel. It's black coffee, but which is how I would drink it if I were to go get it from the stand. But then the ice cream kind of melts into it, which is kind of like adding your cream if you drink cream in it. But it's just a delicious, perfect, simple treat, which are my favorite kind. Other places I would have gotten a treat tonight. Can't go wrong with the Dole Whip. I like the Cocoa Nut, which is at Aloha Isle, along with the classic pineapple. Also the delicious pineapple upside down cake. Again, the confectionery for all kinds of treats. I was going to get a caramel apple or a Rice Krispie treat there. If you want hand-scooped ice cream, you can go to the Plaza Ice Cream Parlor. Lots of good treats. You gotta have a treat on the best night, especially before the nighttime entertainment. Headed back into Fantasyland now to ride Peter Pan's Flight, which I was thrilled to pull a lightning lane for. But let's do a little wait time check as we make our way there. The first parade just happened. The fireworks are in about 20 minutes, and the wait time's pretty low because a lot of people are locking themselves in for that nighttime entertainment. So if you don't care about the nighttime entertainment, or you've already been here for the nighttime entertainment, you can get a lot done during this time. 5 minutes at Jungle Cruise, 25 at Peter Pan's Flight, 75 at Tron, 13 at Haunted Mansion, which means it's a walk-on, 20 at Winnie the Pooh, 10 at Pirates, 35 at Mine Train is incredibly low, 35 at Space is pretty low, 25 at Tiana's. Pretty much everything else is a walk-on. So again, if you do not care about nighttime entertainment, this is a great time to knock out some of those heavy hitter attractions, especially if you weren't able to get a lightning lane for them or you want to ride them again. Why not, right? And this park is open the latest, which I do think is a huge advantage if you're a night owl like me, because 1, it's not as hot as during the day, and 2, this park generally, unsurprisingly, has the most families with young kids, which is to be expected. But if you are a night owl, you've got older kids. If you don't have kids, there are less kids at night, which means less strollers. It's just easier to maneuver the park right now. Lines are shorter. And kind of the point of these days, this video series, is to kind of be able to like mix and match the rope drop series and the evening series. Or perhaps it's your check-in day, or you went to the pool this morning, or you went to Disney Springs, or you did something else prior to this. You're hopping into Magic Kingdom from another park, and you can see how much you can get done in, not very long. Peter Pan's Flight, an almost opening day attraction, remains one of the most popular rides in all of Walt Disney World, because you're gonna head off to Neverland with Peter and the Darling Gang after you say goodbye to poor Nana. And it's just, again, it's nostalgic, it's classic, it's iconic, and I'm really happy to have snagged a lightning lane.
Come on, everybody, here we go!
Oh, Nana. a fabulous tryst in Neverland. It never will get old to me when the cast members make the pixie dust to pull your lap bar down. That's just such a sweet, magical touch that just gives me joy every time it happens. And now standing right here in the middle of Fantasyland, right near Prince Charming's Regal Carousel. We got to give him something since she took over the castle, even though it's definitely his house first. That's not the point. The point is staying here with not a ton of people, way, way less crowded than if I was in front of the castle or on Main Street to catch Happily Ever After, which is the nighttime fireworks right now at Magic Kingdom. Now, if you've never seen these fireworks before, I definitely recommend standing on Main Street since you won't see the projections from this angle. My ideal place on Main Street is not too close because then you can't see the fireworks very well. You want to be like top of Main Street, in my opinion, somewhere kind of near Casey's Corner, that part of Main Street. If you're a little bit further back than that, like a little bit closer, like moving out of the park, you can get a better view of the projections on Main Street. And it's usually not as crowded, but it's really hard to get a bad view of the show if you're looking directly at the castle. But I think this view is pretty special as well. Just again, nowhere near as crowded. And you get to see the fireworks that are coming off the castle right here. And then the big fireworks in the sky right here. And they're gonna pipe the music in and everything. So here we go. Pretty good, I guess. Tinkerbell flying will never not make me cry, and it's not just because she's flying and it's amazing and it's magical, but when you listen to the crowd and you listen to little kids see her fly, it's like, I'm out every time. Also, whoever put the French horns from Go the Distance with James Earl Jones as Mufasa, that mashup, diabolical. Happily Ever After, obviously a must-watch when you're at Magic Kingdom. It is such a wonderful show. Alan would be mad at me if I didn't shout out Jordan Fisher and the vocals. And honestly, again, watching it on Main Street is so magical, but like, it is so nice to be back here with very few people, and the fireworks and the music, and the fireworks are so big and grand back here. 10 out of 10. All right, have one more Lightning Lane booked. I strategically booked Haunted Mansion to be in between fireworks and the second parade because we can just zip on over here and it'll actually be an easier zip from where we were behind the castle than it would have been coming off Main Street. But we can zip into Liberty Square, say hello to the 999 Happy Haunts, and then find a spot for the parade. Now, this is a risky game to try and ride something in between fireworks and parade. You don't have unlimited time, and if there's any kind of like downtime or backup at the ride, you know, that is a risk, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. Also, as I make my way there, I gotta point out how amazing the fanciest bathrooms in the world look in the evening. And there's a very cool PhotoPass photo op with one of the lanterns, and it gets a really, really long line sometimes, but it's not too long tonight, so that's a great PhotoPass picture to take. But we are headed to the home of all those happy haunts, Haunted Mansion, opening day cult classic, probably the most popular Disney ride in the world in one iteration or the other. And it's a must-do. It's an absolute must-do when you're at Magic Kingdom. Again, much like Pirates, it's a slow-moving family attraction, so anybody can do it, but it does have that thrill from the spooky vibes in the first half of the attraction. And even though this one is inside, so like technically nothing about the ride is gonna be different if you do it at night, I do enjoy the exterior of the mansion in the evening with the candlelights flickering and the air just feels a little more deathly still. Just matches the vibe so well. Now, both Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean are tier 2 on the charts, tier 1 on our hearts when it comes to lightning lanes. So these are both great ones to snag because while there's not really a line right now, normally throughout the day, this gets quite a long line. So if you're purchasing multi-pass, this is highly recommended to be one of your first choices.
There's no turning back now.
Only ghosts of Earth tomorrows. And lead them all retired to the haunted mansion. Listen.
By ringing the bell.
Incredible, amazing, perfect last ride of the night. And now headed to go get a spot somewhere in Liberty Square or Frontierland for Disney Starlight, the brand new nighttime parade. Like I said earlier, it steps off on Main Street, so you have a little bit of time before it actually gets to you if you are in the Frontierland Liberty Square area, maybe like 15 minutes before Liberty Square sees anything, so just kind of take that in your planning. But I know Main Street's the sexiest place to watch the parade because you got the castle and everything, but especially if it's busy, you can much easier get a spot in Frontierland or Liberty Square, especially on a night to night like when it's not too busy, and especially if you see the second parade, because most families with young kids, which we already established is a lot of the guests at this park, they watch the first parade and then the fireworks and then leave. So if you can do it the opposite way, you will. It'll definitely be less crowded. Got lucky and found a seat on one of these planters here in Frontierland, and just a PSA that if you walk right through that breezeway right there, you'd be at Aloha Isle, so you could get yourself a delicious Dole Whip treat to watch this parade if you so desired.
Be brave, true, and selfless, and all your wishes may come true. Father! Father! I'm real! They just woke up from a dream. Beach Street down there.
Your heart knows the way to where you're
Peter, do you think all those people can hear us?
Only one way to find out. Hello! Gosh, man, have you ever seen the stars sparkle like this before?
Oh, it's so magical! I wish that this night would never end!
All right, well, that was an awesome place to stand. There was no one around me. Lots and lots of room over here in Frontierland. Got great views of all the floats. Those floats really are beautiful. That is where they spent their attention in this new parade. I do really wish there were more characters and movers in between the floats, because it does feel a little bit like you're waiting a while for each float to show up. So I have seen this parade 3 times now. I love all of the floats. I love the characters on the floats. I just wish there was a little more in between. Regardless, it is great to have a nighttime parade back in Magic Kingdom, and it's such a fun way to end the night. But our night is not ended, because if you've been here for the rest of the series, you know our last stop. Actually, 2 more stops, because if you're ever here shutting this park down, you gotta take a picture in front of the castle as one of your last stops, because it's beautiful, all lit up at night, and there's no one here. So you can get a really beautiful castle photo. Okay, back to the official last stop of the Best Night Ever series, and that's shopping in the merchandise shops. Now, normally, I say, hey, you don't wanna go wait with the crowd in line for the monorail or the ferry boat or your bus or whatever. But I'm pretty sure there's no crowd at this point. The park closed at 11, and then the parade was at 11. It's like 11:30 right now. There's probably not a line anywhere. So I don't actually have an excuse right now for why I need to go shopping, other than I just want to go shopping. Oh my gosh. I don't need it, but like, it's pretty great. The quest continues for the fall snacks, or the fall girly t-shirt I was looking for earlier. And then, as you know, I also must look for new ears. First up, the kids t-shirt wall. That one with Minnie and Daisy is super cute. Also, this villains like sticker one is pretty cute. And I do like everybody in the mummy outfit, but I'm holding out for the other one. Now, all of the Halloween, not all the Halloween, a lot of the Halloween merchandise is here, which thrills me as a Halloween girly. How can you not love this guy? And then look at the back. You got Tigger too. That's excellent. Also, they have a lot of the new Haunted Mansion collection, and I don't need another set of Haunted Mansion ears, but also, do I? You know what I mean? Because like, I'm kind of obsessed with these. Oh, it has the bat. All right, well, let's just tote these around. You know what I mean? Just tote them around, see what happens. Ooh, I also like this, like, blueprint of the Haunted Mansion. It's like a t-shirt, a big t-shirt. Looks longer than a regular t-shirt. And it comes in a tote as well. That's excellent. I also really like these ears that are spiderwebs. We could all pretend that if I get these and wear them, that it's not just any cobweb, but it's one made of human skin cells at the Haunted Mansion, which I think is fun. Okay, we found the Halloween t-shirt pile. Oh, I do like this one. Peace, Love, Castle, but it's like spookified. Nightmare. Oh my God, there's one left. Oh my God, there's literally one left. I'm taking it, I'm taking it. I don't even know if it's my size yet. It's a medium. Okay, update. A customer just came and put a few more out. I was gonna give it to another guest because she also wanted it and I come here a lot, but they put more out, so lucky day, lucky day. And one last stop to peruse the non-seasonal headwear, although a Haunted Mansion you could argue is a year-round experience. I would definitely argue that. But I think I have pretty much all of these, or at least the ones I'd like. So I think we did pretty good. I love this pair. I got this pair in Disneyland. It's reversible, pink and blue for Aurora. And then they've also got, I've pointed these out before, but I love the Princess Collection. They've got Ariel right here, Snow White right here, Rapunzel, Tiana, Elsa, and I hope Jasmine right here. I hope they continue to make these princess ones because I think they're really fun. And again, I am petitioning for them to bring back Mulan in a new fashion because she's my favorite. Well, friends, that is a wrap on a pretty perfect night here in Magic Kingdom. In just over 4 hours, I did 9 attractions, saw the parade, got a snack, and enjoyed a nighttime spectacular. Plus, bonus, finally snagged that fall vibe shirt and some new spooky ears, so it was a pretty incredible night. Hopefully following along was fun so you can see how wonderful these parks are at night. I just, like I keep saying, think there's something so special about being here in the evening. Right now that there's not a ton of people, you can hear the music a little bit better. Main Street looks so beautiful. So let me know what your favorite thing to do is at night. We've done this now at all 4 Walt Disney World parks. I've kicked it off over at Universal as well. Let me know if you want to see it in Disneyland. And until next time, friends, make sure to rate, review, subscribe, follow us on social media, come hang out with the Man Fam in Discord. Check out our Patreon for behind the scenes content and more. And until next time, friends, I'm Molly, and it's been so magical. Good night.